Hello guys, RockSchopp speaking once again, back with another video, and today it's time for another album review. I'm talking super overstressing, fast, and I don't know, because I'm excited. It is the new Dream Theater record, Distance Over Time. It is my most anticipated album of this year, and it's coming already in February. So why should I buy any more albums this year? Because there are some other good ones that will come out, but we're gonna talk about these in the future. Now it is time for Distance Over Time. This came out last week on the 22nd of February in 2019. I have listened to it a few times, many times over the last weekend. I wanted to make a video earlier, but yeah, like last time with the new Melancholy record, it didn't really work out, so you already heard that last week, so yeah. I'm sorry. But I would say, without any further ado, we get into the review, because I can't wait to talk about this album as much as I couldn't wait to listen to it. So yeah, Distance Over Time. Let's get into the review. We start with the track list. You know what it is. Let's go! The track list. We have 9 tracks on this album. 10 tracks if you have the bonus track edition, like I do. And yeah, I think when they first teased this album, they announced it as a album with like 4 discs, and then they released the track list with 10 tracks. And I think it was John Young that posted this on Instagram, and it was like, I don't know, they were kidding, of course, but like the first CD had 2 tracks and the next CD had 3, and all these 10 tracks were like separately put on 4 different CDs. So at first I thought, wow, this album must be like 4 hours long and the songs must be like 20 minutes long each, but we have like 10 tracks that are between 4 and 8 to 9 minutes long. I think at wit's end is 9 minutes 20, but the last minute is like a studio skit, like where they're jamming. I didn't really, what was it? Most of the time I like skipped to the next song after the actual song was over, like around 8.5 minutes. So I didn't really listen to the ending a lot of times. Consider me guilty of that. But yeah, like 4 minutes. Like Paralyzed is the shortest song. Then Room 137 is like 4.5, I think. Was it? Yeah, and the rest is like between 5 and 8 minutes long. Like Viper King is also around 4 minutes, I think it was. Or is it 4 minutes? Like precisely 4 minutes? I don't know. Yeah, long story short, we have 10 tracks. The album is like an hour long with the bonus track, and yeah, we have like standard album length, like an hour and 10 tracks. Like, yeah, most of the times when it's an hour, it's like more tracks than 10, but it's Dream Theater, so they have longer tracks, and yeah, of course. Majority of the tracks are pretty heavy, and I think we only have 2 tracks that you could call like more soft, or yeah, not that heavy. I would say that's Barstool Warrior and Out of Reach, and the rest is like boom in your face. Most of the time, I think you could categorize them as this. Yeah, that's everything about the track list. We move on to the next point, which will be, of course, you know it, which is pretty interesting in this case for this album, is the style. The style. I think we have a good combination here of the classic Dream Theater sound. We have the epic solos, we have the beautiful melodies, we have the keyboard stuff like piano and all of the effects that Jordan uses in his solos and stuff. We have really punching riffs, and we have the crazy instrumental sections with the shredding solos and the unison solos like in Nontheless Angel, which is like the instrumental section of this song is one of my favorites like on the entire album, and maybe one of my favorites of the entire Dream Theater song catalog, because it's like just it's crazy. It's amazing. I really like after the second chorus of Nontheless Angel, like this, when they like really just go crazy, and then the melodic part with the guitar and keyboard like dual thing, it blows my mind every time. This is really one of my favorite sections on the entire record, and as you can see, really it's this classic Dream Theater mixed with this new punching heavy attitude and heavy sound, like the brutal guitar. Really amazing. And stylistically, I mean, we have most of the time it's really heavy, but there are also other moments, like I already said, the melodic part of the instrumental section of Until the Angel. Then we have the Fall Into the Light epic solo. Like I did a reaction and a review, and you could really, yeah, watch this video if you haven't already, and you will see my reaction basically on this, and you will know what I'm talking about. Really amazing song, really amazing solo section. Then we have Barstool Warrior, which is like the perfect combination of images and words and the astonishing. And really, it really sounds like just that. When I first heard the song, I was a bit irritated because when I read the title Barstool Warrior, I expected this to be the hardest hitting motherfucking song on this record. It turns out to be like the most uplifting song and like the most upbeat and really like emotional and really beautiful song on this album. And at the first listen I didn't really like it. I thought it was a bit boring, and I was expecting something completely different. But yeah, I've grown to love it. Melodically, I think it's one of the most beautiful Dream Theater songs I've heard. Like the guitar solo in the middle section, and boy, really this astonishing like chorus and the intro, which is really images and words, like perfect combination. Then at wit's end, the intro really sounds like the whole part before the vocals come in. It really sounds like Animals as Leaders. That was the initial thought when I heard this song. I wrote a text to my drummer of one of my bands, where I wrote, "Hey, listen to this song. This really sounds like Animals as Leaders." And he is the guy that introduced me to AAL. So yeah, I had to write in this. Someone listened to Toes in the Fuzzy, maybe. Yeah. And then we have the really like insane solo on S2N, I think it was, where he's going crazy with the sweeping and tapping, and I don't even know what he's doing there, but I think it's like a really fast tapping and sweeping and like shredding his I don't know what he's shredding, but he's doing it like, yeah. People call Petrucci God for a reason. Also on this song we have the wow. When I first heard this, I was really, I was laughing so hard because one of my best friends, like, we had this insider. He once sent me this video, like a compilation of Owen Wilson saying wow over and over again in different scenes from his movies, and like this is one of our inside gags, like with the wah pedal and the wow. And when I first listened to the song and I heard this, this is that really got me, really made me laugh really hard. Yeah, and something very special stylistically is the bonus track, and I fucking love this song. Like, Viper King is like basically the grooviest song they've ever written, and I'm so glad that they have written it. I understand why they put it on this album as a bonus track, because stylistically it really sticks out, and maybe they thought it doesn't really fit the album, like the rest of the album, but it is like too good to not be released. And yeah, at the first time I listened to this, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is amazing. How did it take them so long to write a song like this? Really, this is one of my absolute favorites, but we'll get to this later. But Viper King, really, oh my god, that's amazing. Like, if this would have been one of the singles, and I would have made a reaction video on this, oh boy, I would have, like, I don't know what my reaction would be. I would be laughing the whole time and just like totally be music nerding all the way through this video, and that would have been a great video, I think, but unfortunately it didn't happen. But yeah, when I listened to the song the first time, I was like mind blown completely. I have to add one thing to the style here. I really enjoyed the drums. Like, many people are hating on Mangini, and I don't see any reason for this in this album. He really gets into the band better and better with each album, and this is really my favorite Mangini album yet, so really good. I don't have anything to complain about with his drumming. I didn't have anything to complain about before, but this time I really tried to listen to the drums especially, and great. I don't really know why people like are hating on him so much. It's just because he's not Mike Portnoy, but yeah, he's an amazing drummer and he fits to the band pretty well. So yeah. Yeah, this was the style, and now we move on to the next point. You know what it is, don't you? The lyrics. We get to the lyrics. Most of them, like always, were written by John Petrucci. Sometimes John Mayung was co-writing, like on Fall Into the Light I think it was, and S2N. The other songs were written by James Labrie, except for Room 137, which was written by Mike Mangini, which I found pretty interesting. So like, almost the whole band is contributing to lyrics except for Jordan Rudess. I don't really know why. I think I read an interview some time ago where he said like this niche was already filled, but yeah, by the whole rest of the band. Like, I don't know why he doesn't really contribute. Maybe he doesn't want to, I don't know. Yeah, but the lyricism on this album is pretty interesting. We have some rather personal, like we have Untitled Angel or At Wit's End, Out of Reach. And then also we have the typical John Petrucci storytelling back, like on The Astonishing with Barstool Warrior. We have Pale Blue Dot, which is inspired by the book by Carl Sagan, which goes by the same name, which I found pretty interesting. I haven't read the book and I don't know much about it, but like I did a little bit of research about the meaning of the name, and it's just basically like this photo from this Voyager satellite of our solar system, where like Earth is just like this tiny blue, pale blue dot. Yeah, I really like this song and the lyrics and this whole theme, it's space and stuff, because I'm really interested in like this whole astronomy thing, and I really enjoyed it. When the album came out on Instagram, I read like a comment that said Pale Blue Dot sounds like Star Wars. I found it pretty funny. Yeah, but that's nothing to do with the lyrics, more like the instrumental. Where was I? Viper King is also pretty funny. I think I'm pretty sure it's about a car, like maybe Dodge Viper, I don't know. But yeah, that's what I got from the lyrics, like drive on 600 horses and things like that. And that's like an unexpected topic for a Dream Theater song, but why not? This whole song is like unexpected for Dream Theater. So yeah, it's legit. Yeah, I really enjoy the lyrics. Thumbs up. Next we move on to the sound. So, the sound. We have a really good mix on this album. We have a brutal punching guitar sound, which really comes through with the low tuned guitars and the heavy riffs we have on this album, and it's really like punching in the face and like, I don't know. It's badass. Yeah, I think I talked about this in my reactions, or in my reaction of Paralyzed, where I talked about the punching riffs already. You can rewatch this if you need some more detailed talk about the guitar sound. I think the drums could be a little bit more raw and punching, but yeah, they support the guitars pretty good, so there's nothing really to complain about. Just like maybe a little bit of personal taste here, but yeah, it's really good. So the most important thing is that it's punching in the face, and it does that, so all good. One thing I have to criticize is like the effect on James Labrie's vocals. I don't know, when I first listened to Untitled Angel, I really found it distracting. Then I got used to it, and now I don't actually know if they actually use this effect on every song, because sometimes it may be fitting, sometimes it may not even be there, and that's why I didn't notice it. But I think Untitled Angel, but at least on Untitled Angel they use this, and on Viper King. But on these two songs, or at least on Viper King, I think it fits pretty good. But on Untitled Angel, it really distracted me, or irritated me at the first listen, so I'm not sure if this was really necessary. But yeah, it's not like destroying the sound, and I'm not a James Labrie hater. I actually enjoy his vocals, so to get this out of the way, yeah, I don't know if this was necessary, but that's just something I noticed, so yeah. But great sound overall, like big sounding, like the typical huge Dream Theater sound of the instrumental, and nothing to complain, really nothing. We get to the next point, the artwork. Yeah, the artwork. The artwork is by the artist Hugh Syme, which has done a few Dream Theater covers already, from what I know. And there was a bit of a, yeah. I think if you're really a Dream Theater fan who's always up to date with yeah, what's going on with the band, you probably already know about the New York Times cover situation. They had a similar looking cover to the album cover of Distance Over Time, and then it turned out to be because the artist used like stock images and like, yeah, customized them a bit. Same goes for the single cover of Untethered Angel, which was also like where the comparison pictures are like the images he used, images and words. The images he used were like stock footage, and he just, yeah, worked them up a little so they don't look exactly like the original stock footage, but similar. So yeah, we have the robot hand grabbing the skull, and on the New York Times cover we have like the same image, like mirrored and a little bit different, but the same idea. And same goes for the Untethered Angel cover with the girl sitting in this room. We have like the other picture with the same room but without the girl, I think it was. It was a really similar picture. Yeah, so yeah, but the album cover, like the overall look is good. So nothing to complain here, but like, yeah. Next time you should maybe create your own cover, I don't know. Bit. Don't you think? Yeah. We move on to the last point, the conclusion and the rating. Let's forget about this. So, the conclusion. We have a really great record right here that exceeded my expectations, and my expectations were that it would be the best record of the year, and it probably is. Well, I know I can't say it yet because Rammstein will be releasing a new album, Alter Bridge will be releasing a new album, Slipknot will be releasing. Oh, I don't think that I will prefer Slipknot over Dream Theater, but still. Korn are going to release a new album. I don't think that this will be better than Dream Theater either, but yeah. So just to put out, some of my favorite bands are releasing new records this year as well, and some of my other favorite bands. Dream Theater is also one of my favorite bands. There will be some great records out this year, but I really think that this will be hard to top. I really think. And this is due to the fact that we have the classic Dream Theater elements, we have this heaviness, we have like the complexity, we have the melody, we have the beauty and the feeling and the shredding, and we have everything basically. Everything you could need from the Dream Theater record is all packed in this. I think it's my favorite record actually since Black Cloud and Silver Linings. I said it. Yeah. Great, really. Overall, great record. And I think it's an instant classic as well. So yeah, that's my thoughts. My favorite tracks. Actually, I could like just read off the entire track list, but I'm not doing this. I'd say Untethered Angel, Barstool Warrior, S2N, Pale Blue Dot, and of course, I think this might be my absolute favorite, Bible Key, because it's just the grooves. Listen to them grooves! Oh my god, yeah. Yeah. These are my favorite tracks. And the rating, I really didn't want to give it 10 out of 10, just because like saying something that is that means like you say it's the best that could possibly be happening. But I have to give it 10 out of 10 because I have absolutely nothing to complain about. Really, for my taste, it was perfect. Really. I first thought it could have been a little less heavy, sometimes a little bit more like classic riffing. If you look closely, it's all there. And that's why I'm glad that I didn't do this review like earlier, because so I had more time to listen to the song in detail and really get the most of it. And you shouldn't compare this to Images and Words and say, yeah, it's a bit like Images and Words, but it could be more like Images and Words. Why should it be? Images and Words has already been released like 27 years ago, yeah, why should they do this album again? Like, why should they do an album that sounds like this again? Of course they could do it, it would sound amazing, but there's some of this images and wordiness, and there is like the heavy, and it's all combined, and it's great. I have listened to this album in the last few days, like so often, and I listened through it, and I picked out certain songs and listened to them, and I haven't got bored of it yet, and I'm still enjoying every second of this, and like the songs grow on me more and more, and yeah, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. What should I say more? It's like one of my favorite bands put out an amazing record. 10 out of 10. Yeah. Just no, stop it. 10 out of 10. Yeah. Share your thoughts about this album with me in the comments, and tell me your favorite songs. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. And yeah, basically that's it. See you guys soon. Hope you enjoyed my video. Metal off. Have a nice day.